Diego, look at that hat. Are you in? Oh, it's the light. So it looks like you have an old school hat on.
Nah. What's going on, Willie?
What's up, my man? How are you?
Good. Can't complain. And
That's
yourself?
awesome. Doing good. Oh, look at Scott just busted a 14.5. Was that a failed credit? Did he just post a failed credit? Oh. Who we got on? Got Brandon, Craig, phone number 209. There you go. Morning, boys. Morning. Cody joining.
Good morning.
So, Brandon, Nakai, right? Nakai?
Yep, close, pretty close.
Oh, damn, man. Say it for me.
It's Nakai. You had it, but just not quite so
Nakai.
Asian pronounced.
Oh, we got New York Natalie coming in the building. Hello. Oh, hey, my man, what's up? He's always looking fresh, huh? He's always looking fresh. Jesus, is that a real tattoo? You're muted.
Yeah, it is.
Dude, you weren't kidding around. Holy crap. Oh, my God. Wow, okay. All right. It looks good.
Yeah, it hurt pretty good.
At least you're honest. At least you're honest with us.
You know, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was, though. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
You just brought the sun in the house.
Dude.
Holy heavens. But, yeah, so just go ahead and we'll take care of it instead of shoes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How much was it?
Nah, this actually I got a really good deal. I only paid $6.50 for it.
$6.50?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, there was a lot of other payment that took place that was bigger.
That's a bargain. That's a bargain.
That's funny. Who wants to have?
Nice. Who's there?
Huh? That's my daughter. She's running around.
Oh, I thought you were at the office.
No. I gotta head to the office now after this, but yeah, I just got back late last night from Utah.
You come into Cali next week?
Yes, I'll be there California next week, and then hopefully do an East Coast swing here. Just
who all do we? Wait a minute.
So who we all got here? Let's see here. 901. We got 16 of us. Is Jason on? Let me see here.
Smedley, is that you? Is that Jordan iPhone?
Yeah, that's me.
All right. Hey, Willie, whatever happened to Brooks? Have you talked to him?
Brooks fell off the face of the earth.
I think he went and worked with his dad on the railroad.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, one thing that I really went away, and I'll hit this a little bit on this. we had a lot of people that we parted ways with that were doing this part time. Like we were kind of like a side hustle for them, you know, and I'm not a fan of that. So this is a full time opportunity, you know, meaning it takes a full time commitment to be really successful at this business. So I did part ways with a lot of people that were doing this part time.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, we have to do to grow, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Sweeney,
all right.
Sweeney, did I see you? Was that a 14.5 failed credit?
That's right.
Oh, bro. Ouch. Wait, hey.
Let's
the
sell a
half
loan,
family.
pal.
The
Let's
half
sell a
family.
loan, pal. 600. 600
right.
to 624, whatever.
I think I might.
Yeah.
We'll make it work. We'll make it work. I know
Yeah.
you will.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
Hey, are those all self-gen leads?
Yeah.
Dang, dude, murdering it.
Trying, man. Tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision, baby. Eye of the tiger.
Dude, that's awesome. All right, Jason, you on?
Let's go, baby. Are we good?
All right, let's get started. Let's go. Let's get this thing going.
We got Holgi. Brian Holgi, we got you on. Get this deck. Brian.
I know we had a little bit of technical difficulties and dude, I love Brian. Dude, Brian is always on top of everything, dude. He's like,
Dude, he is on.
So he gave us an update and he was like, you know what? Let me fix this before I jump on the call. The guy's an animal.
Yeah, let's go. I mean, so we've got a couple things going on today. Obviously, we've got the MVP training, Mukesh today at the end, which is going to be awesome. Spent a little time with Mukesh earlier in the week. We put together a training. We've got updates on the comp. And then I know we've got updates and shout outs on corporate that Brandon's going to go through. So yeah, as soon as that deck comes in, we can really go live with the details. You got any stuff to say, Willie? Any words of wisdom while we wait? Anything for the team?
I think as we
into
go,
the weekend?
yeah, no. I just wanted to go over a couple of things and I'll finish it up. But it was just basically, you know, when I met with John, you know, meaning when I met with John in Salt Lake City, man, the guy's vision is so clear of what wants to do. I just chime in on that. You know, the blessing to have owners that truly care about their people. You know, I wanted to go over that at the end of the meeting and just go over that, like how special it is to be around like the owners like John and Justin that actually just when I tell you guys, these guys have our backs. I mean, that's an understatement, you know. So, but I'll hit on that a little bit later today after the call.
Okay, cool. All right, let me do this. I'm going to get Brian, make sure that he's got the link. Yep, he's got it. Okay, should be coming on any moment. All right, he says email. All right, one sec. Let me get this out, Brian.
All right, let's see. We got emails. Boom, boom. We're good.
All right, I just sent that. Okay, he should be getting on any second. Put Mike Frawley on the spot again. Oh, there he is, Brian Holgi.
The man.
You're muted. Bri, you're muted.
All right, let's go.
Apparently everyone got the invite, but the guy running the damn call, right? All right, you folks. Good grief. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
All
That
right.
logo.
Here is our agenda for the day. We already talked about this?
Yep, let's go. All right, so let's get right into it. Yeah, let's go shout out to Brandon.
This is yeah. I'll get right at it. So first shout out is to Amanda Donaldson. This shout out comes from me, not necessarily one of the departments. But I was in New York for their meeting last week or earlier this week. And Amanda posed a question that it seemed like people were uncomfortable to ask. There's a lot of confusion around some of the functionality of the tools or some of their pay clarity. And Amanda asked the question. We gave an answer and we went to move on. And she stopped and she's like, wait, I still don't get it. I need you to explain that more. And we sat there and we explained it again until she found the information she needed. And it's questions like that where we're not afraid, people aren't afraid or nervous or bashful to say, hey, can you go through that one more time? It's that type of feedback that we need to be able to provide good content and training to you guys. So if we're going through things on this call or when we visit your offices, do things like Amanda. If we don't get it, shoot an email to us or bring it up again and say, hey, can we go through that one more time? Because the only reason we do this is so that you actually grasp the content and can apply it into what you do to be more successful in all areas of your sales career. And if we don't get questions like that, we can't provide that type of feedback to you. And the second shout out is, I didn't get it to Holgies because I didn't want him to put it in the deck because I didn't want it to be a surprise. The second one is a shout out to Holgie. Holgie, everyone was talking you up before you got on this link. The things that you do behind the scenes for us oftentimes can go unnoticed and unthanked, and we wanted to say thank you. So everyone, if you'll unmute your phones real quick and clap so Holgie can see all the different pictures come up and people giving him a shout out. Give this man a shout out right here because he's the man.
Dude, I love Holgie.
So do I. So I appreciate that. Those are shout outs from me.
And I just, let me chime in here. Mine is actually really, really, really simple. You know, I didn't actually, send out the name to Holgie, but you met with him just recently, and that's Zach Sweetie here in Las Vegas. You know, like, being real, like, I've put this guy through so much hell, like, and I'm not, and that, when I say that, there's like an understatement. Like, there's been so many changes we've been through in the last I would say in the last 7 months, that he's been there by my side, making sure that whatever I implement, he's right there making sure that it gets taken care of and his people are following. So a huge shout out to Zach, team player, like, and it only gets better. But man, we've been through some crap together, and super proud that he's still here, and he's starting to build something for himself as well. So, dude, super proud of you, Zach.
Thanks, hell yeah, Zach. Absolutely.
All right, Brandon, you want to go into this right here for us and introduce?
Yeah.
Also, one more thing, Brandon. If once you're done with this, if you can touch a little bit on the pay on the email you sent me from what the structure is going to look like, the new pay scale. Just hit on that for a second for me after these guys are done.
Yep, got you. So, guys, I wanted to take a second to introduce guys. I'll have them talk. I'll put them on the spot just so that their faces come up. But two people that are going to be really important to your success moving forward are Brandon Nakai and Tony Campbell. They are managers within our proposal fulfillment team. Brandon working out of our call center in Utah with his reps there, and Tony out of HQ with me in California. These are guys you want to build relationships with, make sure that they feel the love from us. They're back there working hard for us to make sure that we can get stuff on time. And I just wanted to be able to put a face to the names behind those proposal requests for you. So we'll start with Brandon Nakai. If you want to talk first, just basically say hi and why you're excited to work with us here. Then Tony, jump in right after him. We just want everyone to be able to see your face. And if you have people from your team on with you, go ahead and take a second to introduce them. Brandon Nakai, take over. Go ahead. Are you there? Are you on mute? Ready, go. And Brandon. Okay, Tony, you there? Tony, let's switch to Tony. Tony Campbell, please. All right, I look great right now.
I see Brandon trying to talk.
Hey guys, sorry.
Oh, there we go. There we are.
I'm back. Justin,
yeah.
Justin needed me for something. Sorry about that.
I was saying, Brandon, we just want you to talk for a second. Just introduce yourself and why you're excited to for you and your teams to be working on these types of projects, how you think we're going to be able to help. We just want people to be able to see your face and know who you are.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I guess it was good timing then. So my name's Brandon. I worked with the inside sales department for First Life for last 5 years or so. But recently, we transitioned to more of a sales support center. So I'm sure, as you guys have noticed, for some of you, you've been sending in proposals, and we've been turning around those. So that's just kind of one of the things that we're working on. We're trying to take as much off your plates as possible and kind of give you guys a resource and a hub that you can go through for any questions. So the goal, over the next couple of weeks is that any technical issue, anything like that you guys have, you have one number that you can call where someone will always pick up the phone and be able to handle any technical problem that you have with Sunrun or the contract, any of that with under 5 minutes or so. So that's kind of the vision and the goal that we're actively working towards.
Thanks, Brandon. Brandon, are any of the members of your team on with you? Mitch there or anybody?
I know Ruiz is on at least.
Yeah, cool. Jacob, just say hi, Jake.
Hi, I'm Jacob. I'll be doing some of the proposals and designs with Brandon.
Hello, Jacob.
Hey, Jake. Hold on. Hey, Jake.
What's up?
Hey, dude, I just want to thank you for all the proposals you get out to me quick, dude, for those same days that I do.
You got it.
I know I can be a little pushy and I don't ever try to come out rude about things, but I'm just, when I'm in a house, I'm moving fast. I'm going, dude. My mind's going 100 miles an hour. So don't feel I'm trying to be mean or I'm trying to be. I'm not. That's not the case, man. I just
of course
wanted to
I get
give
it.
you a shout out for helping me out, dude. You and Tony, you guys are killing it for me. Thank you guys.
You got it. Of course, you got it.
Nice. And look at that beard. Let's be honest, man. Man, what a handsome dude.
Thanks, Brian.
Right on. All right, Tony, are you on the call? Tony Campbell. Anybody see Tony? No?
Is he
I don't think
muted?
he's on.
He's working on the same day for me.
He's working. That's what he's doing. The cool thing about this is once I get the meeting recording and I edit it down to post it on our YouTube channel, I can just record a video of Tony introducing himself and pretend like it was in there the whole time. So check out the YouTube video. We'll get Tony's introduction going right there.
Solutions.
That's right.
Solutions, baby.
That's right. Okay, well, hey, let's move on here, guys.
Oh, sorry. Willie wanted me to mention the pay structure, right?
Yes. You got a glimpse of it, of what we're actually.
Yeah, it was really exciting. Like, obviously, this isn't me announcing any new changes. It's just me announcing my excitement over the stuff that I saw out there. The way that they have a pay structure going, which they're going to be transitioning across the board, instead of focusing on base price and then adding things to it, it starts at a customer-facing price and works backwards from there. So, like for people who this is going to affect most, like guys in New York, when you say, "Hey, I'm selling at $4 a watt," but then when you actually convert it to a loan and you add in your other adders, it's actually like $450, $460. It won't be confusing like that anymore, because what it'll just tell you right from the front is, "Hey, I make this much when I sell it at this price to the customer," and not have to start with a base and work for it. It was super clear. It was super simple, and made it seem like there's a huge opportunity to make money there. It helps you capture, what you're actually making with each and every sale. So I'm excited about that. Little sneak peek, more to come from Willie as he makes his rounds again. But that was really exciting to me.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome. It's coming, guys. I told you it's when it comes to changes, I think 99% of us on this call are so used to instant gratification, where we want things done now. And when we look at something, we're like, oh, we can change it right now and get it done right now. Like Jesus says, I want that proposal now so I can close it now, right? But when it comes to changes in a big company and this big scale, it takes time, because there is a lot of different things that go into changing something in a state. But when you take it nationally, it's a different animal. So I personally want to apologize for making you guys feel like I'm moving like molasses. And I truly do feel like I'm moving like molasses at times. And it's not what we want to do, but it's reality. Like it takes time to change things, and unfortunately, I wish I would have been on this end a lot sooner to help everyone out a lot faster. But we're moving, and the cool thing is that there is some changes coming. There is some excitement coming. I know Brandon's email when he replied, when he saw it, he was like, "Oh shit!" Like this is like, wow, this is crazy. Like, we're really gonna do this? And they're like, yes, we're gonna do this nationwide, and this is gonna give everybody an opportunity to just go make a ton of money, go help out a ton of people, and have fun while we're doing this, as they can build and scale this thing to the next level. So anyways, hold you. I'll pass over the torch to you right now.
Cool. All right. Hey, we got one more for Brandon to show us here.
All right, guys, this is the first round of our power ranking results. So what this did is took all of our data from Salesforce between last Monday through this past Sunday. So that was June 10th through 16th. And what it did is said, okay, between those dates, how many new opportunities did you create? How many contracts did you get actually approved? How many deals made it to customer review permit prep or CAP or perfect packet, whatever it's called in your area? How many installs did you complete, and gave you points ranked on that. And this week it's going to show how selling clean deals is going to be most important, because the people who had the most deals get from the site survey actually to that CAP, that perfect packet, that customer review permit prep, like the final thing before submitting that permit. Those are the deals that weighted the most and moved people up in the ranking. So if you notice right there, it'll show people's names, the amount of points they got for each of the key indicators. Now, right now, I'm going to ask that or mention that we understand that it's the first couple times we're rolling this, we might have some numbers wrong. Take a screenshot of this. If you see your name up there and you think you had more new opportunities, talk about to us offline so that we can actually make edits. Then we'll go out, we'll announce changes. But let's work on our edits to this outside the call, but just more of the functionality right here. So this is showing if we pulled all the right numbers correctly and our report's working, this is where our power rankings are right here. Willie, I'll let you take over from this point and explain how you're going to use this, why this is important, and things that you might see shifting within here. But here's a glimpse of what it's going to look like first. So
what we talked about is we want to make this fair nationwide, where everything we're doing, we can compete as individuals fairly across the board. So what we did is came up with a matrix of the KPIs to be able to just put points together to see, to weigh everything that we're doing from an opportunity created all the way to install, which is the most amount of points you can get. And then that way we can see who's really truly making money, who's having results in the business, which when you have stuff like this, they say at a site, at a mine, when you're seeing who's winning, it gives us the ability, like for a new rep, if I was to come in today, let's say, and I saw this list and I'm like, hey, Lawrence Williams, who is this person? Like, I want to reach out to this guy and see, hey, you're number one on the list. What are you doing? Can you help me? Can you give me some nuggets here that will actually help me propel my business to the next level? Because I want to be in that top 5 or anything else. But all incentives, everything that we're going to go through moving forward is all going to be based on this here. So let's talk offline. If you have any questions, give me a text, call me, text me. I'll explain the point system to you and everything else.
One piece of feedback that I got that I'll share to help you guys see how this is going to benefit you is I got some feedback saying, well, hey, I closed 2 deals this week and only got, a small amount of points for closing the new deal. I say, well, the good thing about that is that gave you some points this week, but next week, if those deals were clean, when they reach customer review permit prep, they're going to give you even more points to boost you on the rankings for next week. So you're going to get points for every deal multiple times. So the earlier stages are going to hold less weight, and the deals that make it through to the later ones are going to hold more weight. So keep on your clean deals. Make sure they're getting bumped up each week and every week. Keep double dipping on points for the same customers.
Phenomenal. Thanks, Brandon. I know you got to jump off. I appreciate you jumping on and helping us out through this, man. And like I always say, you're a vital part of what we're doing, and thank you for piecing this together for us. Have fun today, man.
Thanks. Appreciate it. We'll catch up with you guys later.
See you, Brandon. In lieu of Brandon, this was the last one that he wanted some good shout outs here. We have not got any new additions to the poop list.
That's good.
I guess we're doing good, guys. All right.
You want to go over that? You want to go over that for me, Holgi?
Sure. Well, you know what? We actually have I've sent this out to you guys in the group me. Just refer to it if you can with your teams, and we'll just keep moving on here. Speaking of new stuff here, we've got a couple of new guys that we want to shout out. Okay, so directors, if you're on, Zach, I don't know if you're on. You can introduce these Utah guys. We did introduce Special Sauce last week, but this other guy, Miller, go ahead.
Yeah, we introduced Adam last week, but I'll give him another shout out. Welcome to the team. Second shout out to Miller Rowe. I love that name. That's a strong name. He's out there in Utah with Neffy, and they're building that thing up from basically ground zero, which is awesome. Full of a ton of challenges. So we appreciate both of you guys and your hard work helping Neffy grow this. I know we onboarded some new recruits and some new guys. So exciting stuff out there, and it's not an easy market. So I know it has a lot of challenges, and we're all here to help make it a little bit easier for you guys. So welcome to the team. We're excited to have you guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Awesome.
We also had some California guys. I didn't get their pictures yet, but I wondered if Jesus is on. He can introduce these two guys.
Yeah. I just want to give a shout out to Charles Archuleta and Don Pando. These guys actually go way back with me from early stages in our lives, alarms. Me and Dom, we've known each other since 4th grade. Unfortunately, we have had some issues in the past, and I'm always trying to strive to be a good friend, and I would do anything to always sew up patches that we may have had. But here or there, they're good guys. They will dominate. They know how to sell. They know how to sell clean. They have knowledge. I'm not sure if they're on the call or not, but if they are, I'm here for you guys, and I'm willing to do whatever I can to help you guys succeed and make things happen.
Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, welcome to the team, Charles, Don. I know there's also two more people there.
John and Justin.
Yeah.
Yep, John and Justin. I know John a little bit. He sold alarms with us in the past as well. He's a good guy. I don't know him too much, but what I do know, he's a great guy, and I think from what I saw, what he did in alarms, he did well. Justin, I'm not sure who he is, but hey, I'm here for you. I'll be happy to help you where I can and when I can. Just give me a call or send me a text or message me.
That's awesome.
John Frampton and Justin Crum, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what he did. He did something in alarms back in the day. I can't remember.
Good names. Do we have any new people? Anybody else that we're forgetting? Hold you.
Nope. I think that's it for now. As far as the directors have told me. So, all right, let's move on. I just had to stop the screen share for a minute so everybody could see Jesus and his jackness. He's more like Vin Diesel today. I might change his picture. Anyway.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, let's get to it, guys. We're a little behind, and that's my fault. So let's get to our recap here of our competition. Is that okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's fly through this real quick. And just so you guys know, as I'm going through this, my real intention is to get us to better our pipeline management. So I think the next competition, or one of them, will be something based on pipeline management, rewarding you a lot more for, even like we could do one that actually goes off of installs. Even you just let me know what you think. Go ahead.
Oji, well, first of all, Brian, I'm tired of you missing all my deals. I'm tired of it. I don't know what you have against me that you just don't want to see me succeed in this battle royale. It's like, well, sorry, Jesus. Somehow I missed another one. Jeez.
Yeah, it's just not coming through on my computer, man. I'm sorry.
Hey, it sounds like operator error.
Yeah, tell you what, man. Tell you what. So let's just take a look at who's been dominating this competition so far. We'll be really quick here. We have Diego round 1 with his team. Oh, there he is, the man Jesus round 2 with his team. Had Scott Sweeney showing up, the one-man team out there in Burlington. Last week we had the MVP be Mukesh, the man. We get to hear from him today.
Yeah.
And it was actually Diego's team that actually won that one last week, so that was really cool. Let's get to round 5 here, okay? Week 5, this is what we're going to recap here. So remember, it was Monday, June 10th through Sunday, June 16th. And you know what? Not a whole bunch of activity this week, to be honest with you. We had Diego's team show up with some good stuff. We had over here, we had some good stuff too. Sorry, my screen's all messed up. Here we go. We had Sean and his team do okay. But in the end, it was, drum roll please, boom.
Boom.
Be the best with 12. That was good. And you know, big shout out to James Pack here too. He's a stud. We love this guy. He's always good. And Jesus, it's time for a shout out, bro. Boom. There he is. Himself. I held that one.
Dude. Hey, for Jesus giving you a hard time all the time, he keeps winning. I mean, you know, like, I don't know about this, you know? Like, I think Hoji loves Jesus, you know?
I do. He adds the flair that I actually need. We all feed off that. So congratulations, round 5 winner, Jesus and his team. We'll be getting you guys hooked up, and there we go.
That's
nice.
Awesome.
That's
awesome.
Thanks, James.
So,
James, thanks for you know, adding some points to the team. Hey, BTB,
baby.
Love it.
Okay, without further ado, our MVP.
BTB.
Love the curtains.
Mukesh. Before you get started, Mukesh, I just want to jump in, man. Once again, everybody that's on the call, please do whatever you can to either, if you don't have a notepad, paper, just, you know, please pay attention, become a sponge in these situations, because we get the opportunity to hear from the top guys, and to be honest with you, as a rep, as someone just starting, this is it. This is the development that you need to get to the next level. You need to listen and mimic and duplicate what these guys are doing, because they have the knowledge. They have the ability to actually do something special that you can actually do yourself. But pay attention. These are crucial moments in your career that these golden nuggets that people drop, especially top performers, it means a lot. So, what was that? All right, Mukesh, floor is yours, my man.
Mukesh, let me get you hooked up with your page here.
Yeah, Mukesh. Ready?
We're going to learn the who, the what, the why, and what makes this guy tick.
All right. Love
it. All right. Honorable guests, colleagues, friends, it's a pleasure that I take this podium to address you on the road to achieving the most award that I really appreciate. But firstly, I would like to thank Diego, who has always been there for me. If I need some help, I can reach out to him at 12 o'clock in the night, and he leave his wife and get me a design. You know, I also want to thank him to lay the trust in me and give me this opportunity to success. Without him, you know, a lot of my designs will have to wait for a long time, but he does it with just a flip of your fingers. But I wanted to say thank to him because I've learned a lot from him. I want to say one thing about myself. When I started solar, I have no idea what I'm doing. No single idea what I'm into. And for 3 months, I sit in my car and I wonder if this is for me. I would drive out there, go to the customer, and what I get is a no. And I wonder why am I here? Is this really for me? And I sit back and I said, you know what? Mukesh, you're a failure. And I cannot be a failure. I want to be something close to a superstar. So I try to put extra effort in what I do. And then I come up with the 3 W's, two W's and an H, right? And I said, what will drive me to become a successful person in this field that I'm treading in? And I don't like to, first thing, I was wondering, why am I getting into commission paid job? It's like you have to wait for your money. And I said, no, I want to be successful. I don't want to be the failing Mukesh. I want to be the successful Mukesh. And I look at my family, and I was believing one thing, and that is education. Education is the key to success wherever you go in this entire world. Wherever you take your steps, education is the key to success. And I would emphasize on my kids and tell them how important education is. But then I realized that how they will look at me if I'm a failure. And I said, no, I have to be an example to them. And I get up early, and I get out there, work. I get back late at night, sometimes 12 o'clock in the night. I leave the customer house and reach home close to 1 o'clock in the morning. And the support that I get from my family, my wife used to ask me at that point in time, why you're so late? You can get a sale. And I never wanted to tell her no. But I never lied to her. I always tell her, you know what? I tried. And yes, I do get a sale. And sometimes I don't have it. But my family motivates me, and they're behind me on every step of the way. And that is what we need to do. If we have a wife and children, or we don't have, we also have immediate families that we need the support from. And we need to show them how hard we are and how much dedication we can do. And then I says, how am I gonna get to this point? How? And I come up with 3 words. 3 words is devotion, dedication, and determination. You devote yourself towards what you do, but how are you going to achieve that devotion? You have to work very hard. You have to put the time, the energy, and you have to dedicate yourself. It's not only yourself, but remember, you're dedicating yourself, you're dedicating your time that you're taking away from your family. But because of those hard works and determination and dedication, you have to achieve something. In life, if you don't achieve something, you're nowhere. We all start from the bottom and we climb to the top. But for us to maintain that level, we have to work harder. And work harder and determine that you can be there and stay there. And one of the things that I ask myself, you know, how can you maintain or stay there, stay on top? Sometimes in life you will fall, but step back and look at where your mistakes are, and that's where you step to get better. And I always try to better my best. How do I do that? How do I do that to be successful in solar? And how do we do that to be successful in solar? I'll give you my way of doing it. If I go into a customer house and it says no to me, I'll come out back and I'll cry. I'll sit in my car and I'll replay the tape that what happens during that conversation. I never say the customer is wrong. I always say I am wrong. If I accept my mistakes, then I'll be better the next time. And I look at and I replay whatever I did and I figure it out where I make the mistake. So I'll not repeat it again. So I always try to better my best. And there's one thing, you know, if you want to make money and you want to be successful in life, you have to associate with people that's going to motivate you and is going to give you the courage and the push. Like Shakespeare says, tell me who your friends are and I will tell you who you are. You associate with intelligent people, wise people, rich people, you will be wise, you'll be intelligent, you'll be rich. You got to be really stupid if you associate with those people and you're not rich. So it's a pleasure to be in this group of individuals, in this family of First Light. I enjoy it. And because I enjoy what I'm doing, I want to attain that level. I want to maintain it. Sometimes I fall and I cried, and I go back and I try to do better. And you know, there's one thing that I want to leave with everyone here, and this call, and look at it as in your life as a whole. I always like to use the term that Jim Rees has used. And he says that yesterday is dead and gone. Tomorrow is yet to come. Make the best out of this moment. If you can make the best of the moment you're seeing, then trust me, you'll be successful in life. Anywhere you go and whatever you do, you will be successful. And I conclude, we should always set challenges and goals, work towards achieving. And one thing, our performance should be our concern and an integral part of our progress. Thank you.
Dude, Mukesh, wow, fire, you know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Is like the ability to get in someone's psychology to allow us to just understand what the driver is for these guys, you know? So I'm not gonna go into that because I can't articulate what that truly means like Jason can. So, you know what I mean? I'm gonna let Jason chime in here for a couple of minutes and go over what he just heard. But I also, you know what I mean, I want to thank you, Mukesh, man. Seriously, you're an inspiration to so many people. And I truly believe, you know what I mean, higher powers always put people in front of people. And I believe you're in the right place with the right people, with the right reasons, and at the right time to do something special. And I know for a fact First Light is going to be something that everyone's going to be proud about. So, dude, seriously, super proud of you, and thank you for the wisdom that you've given us. Jason, it's on you.
Yeah, let's unpack it. It's hard on that, Mukesh, because you nailed it, man. Like, you really nailed what's going on in your mind. I'll try to unpack it the best I can. Not that it really needs to be done, because you articulated that super well and what's going on inside of your mind and the way that translates into emotion. The thing that I kept thinking about as you were going through and you were explaining the reasons why you do what you do and the emotions you feel and the people that you do it for and the challenges that you run into is going back to some training I've gone through. Some of you may have heard this, but in progress, or in what we call power or destiny, or whatever we end up achieving in our life, there are signs, and there are you know, in the Tony Robbins world, what they call pillars of progress, that you can actually distinguish what people are doing to create longevity and progression in what they do in their lives and their careers or whatever. So I just wanted to hit on that because it goes along a little bit, I think, with what you said. The first one, when you get into pillars of progress, you talked a little bit about this, Mukesh, but the first one is to actually get into action and to unlock and unleash the alignment and integration that creates power. So you said something along the lines of, when you first started in solar, you didn't know what you were doing, and you just kind of had to get out there and get in front of customers and kind of fall on your face and things like that. Everybody that's been successful, whether that's this job, whether that's in life in general, whatever they've been successful at one point in time, everybody psychologically was what we call a novice or with no experience. The people that generally become very successful are the people that can push beyond the zone of that uncomfortability when you don't know what you're doing and continue to just put one foot in front of the other and continue to stay in action. I talk about this a lot, but that it's the same concept of going to the gym. You can have person number one, person number two, they can go to the gym, they can do the exact same workout routine. And one of them walks out on at the end of the workout routine, they fall on the floor because they're just freaking dead because they're so intense with what they're doing. And the other person could walk out and not be affected by it at all because the intensity level wasn't there. So what I hear you saying and what I know about you based on the feedback that I get on your team is that you're always in action. You're always moving. You're always looking. You're always doing something. You're always looking for what you can do to better yourself, to progress. That initial step of progress or power is the most crucial thing. It's the first thing you have to do. You have to put yourself in position to succeed, which means that you have to get into action. And so that's step number one. And I hear you saying that a lot in the content that you went through. The second thing is that you get the best strategies, you get the best mentors, you get the best tool, you get the best map, you get the best coaching, whatever it may be. And you talked a little bit about that as well when it comes to Diego and it comes to how he supports you and what he does to help you in your career and what he's done from the beginning. The people that never really make it anywhere in life are the people that really have to have that feeling of that they know everything. They're not learning anything anymore. They're not learning new strategies. They're not getting feedback. They're not getting coaching. They're not creating a new map. I think one thing that everybody knows about you as well is that, yeah, you crush it, but you're extremely humble and you're always learning and you're always growing and you're always looking for a new way to do something and asking for advice. If you don't map a strategy that's proven to work, it just takes you a lot longer to get there. And I think one of the reasons for your success, and Diego gave you this shout out, last week when we talked at one point, can't remember if it was back on this call, but Diego gave that shout out. He's like, listen, I can tell Mukesh one time I can tell him to do something or how to do something. He writes it down, he takes it, and he moves. And he just goes and he implements and he does it. You create the model of what it is that success looks like because you're willing to accept that. A lot of people, and we have to really watch this, but a lot of people will go through their careers and they'll start to get better and better and better, and they'll go to the top, and then they get shut off to new information, and then they fall. For you, you're constantly learning, and so that's the second pillar. If you guys are taking notes right now, the very first one is to get into action, to unlock, to unleash, to create alignment, some type of integration of power that puts you in action no matter what. The second thing is to model a strategy that works, to get coaching, to get mentorship, to be willing to succeed or to be willing to take in information to succeed. And then the third thing here is to get clear and laser focused on what is actually compelling to you. What is actually compelling to you? So you kind of step back to step number one, your family. Like your why of why you're doing it. You want to be successful. You want to provide education. You want to show your kids that, you can go out and you can put the time and the work in, and that, monetarily and just happiness wise and all those things that you're going to see success. I guarantee you, if that piece wasn't linked to what you're doing, you'd be getting half the results that you are now, if that, because you've linked that compelling reason as to why you get home at 1 o'clock in the morning, why you're willing to be a student, why you write stuff down, why you get into action all the time.
Yeah.
That is what drives you on a day-to-day basis. So again, if anybody's looking for a way to model what Mukesh is saying, again, take everything that he did. Hopefully you guys were taking notes on that. If you don't, write this kind of stuff down. It's on you. But when you look at what he said and what he did, if you want a formula to follow, get into action. Find some way to get out of your house, out of your car. We talk about it all the time in door-to-door sales. Hardest door is the car door. Go knock on the first freaking door. Go talk to a customer. Go follow up. Get into proximity of where you can see success. Follow and map a strategy that works. What Willie's putting together with these leadership calls and, you know, MVPs being able to speak on these calls, this is exactly what you need. Listen to what the people are doing that are succeeding, and then follow and implement and model that strategy. And then third, that's not enough. You have to link it to something that's compelling, that actually gives you a reason, some type of reason beyond just, oh, I want to get up in the morning, I want to have success. Why are you doing it? Once those three things come together, you start to create more power, you start to create more momentum and progress, and you will see better results. That's what I saw, and that's what I heard when you were breaking that apart. But I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you killed it, man. That was a phenomenal training.
Yeah, no, absolutely. 100% agree. Mukesh, Jason, I mean, already phenomenal training. We are running a little bit behind, but I do want to give two more people an opportunity to say a couple of things. I was talking to Frawley the other day, and I was hearing him coach as he was doing his coaching on the sideline, and it brought up a really good point on me for leadership and development, and I wanted to take a time to let Mike just give us a 2-minute breakdown on what his process was, because I was really impressed with what he was doing, with the leadership he was actually showing, and the developing of these young talents coming through. So go ahead, Mike.
Well, thank you, Willie. I appreciate it. You can sincerely hear me coaching on the video as I'm talking to you. So I was multitasking. But no, I was actually at a 7-on-7. If you guys know what that is in football, it's basically football without linemen. And it's become big these days. For those of you who don't know, that I'm actually a quarterback coach, and one of my kids was simply just playing in a 7-on-7, and happy at the time that I was talking with Willie. And yeah, he wanted me to just chit-chat about leadership and development. I feel uncomfortable saying this, but it's one of the better compliments that I've ever received as leader of leaders. You know, it kind of stuck with me, and that's because it came from, I was at a point where I was able to organically break off 4 different hire, train, and then break off 4 different varsity squads, if you will. And that was the name of my team, 4 different sales teams that replicated us. And so therefore, not only was that like the RSMs, but also the ASMs. Every week, so therefore what I do is I train quarterbacks, receivers, and what we do is straight leadership development. And we do that using the quarterback position as straight a vehicle to do so. That's all that it is. These kids are not going to be, well, I'm not going to be the one to tell them. I can tell you, they're not going to be Tom Brady, they're not going to be Brett Favre. However, I do have an 8th grader starting varsity, which is pretty bad, by the way. But developing literally the next future generation of leaders and using the quarterback position as a vehicle to do so. And then what that's going to do is just develop the leaders into the leadership that they need to be for their community, for their teams, for their teammates, the whole 9 yards, because that's what it truly is. And so therefore, a lot of community awareness. Everyone has to volunteer if you're going to be a part of the New England Quarterback Academy. That's what it's called. So community awareness is a big part of it. And it's about leading from the front. And if these guys are not such vocal leaders, because I'm dealing with, you know, like I think a few weeks ago I even talked about how I was 15 years old in the middle of a huddle, you know, and learning how to be vocal. But on the other hand, if you're on time, you show up, you speak up if that's your thing, or you develop into that thing, take low-hanging leadership fruit, if you will. Not only do we do drills and get much better, but we also get better at life. And every week we have a saying And I just come into my head is like, you know, whether you're getting better or you're getting worse, there's no middle ground. And these all correlate into life. You know, the time is always right to do what is right. MLK. I'm not just trying to just sit here and drop like these quotes on you, but to a 14-year-old kid or a 22-year-old kid who's in college, it blows their socks off. They never heard things like this. And then when they implement it into their game, and think about it, whether you think you can make that pass or whether you think you cannot, you're right. And I'm with you. I support you because you're right. And when they actually get that through their head, they start making that throw, which they didn't think they could do because they simply have that confidence. And they could translate that into their community, translate that into their family life. Yeah, and I get a whole bunch of other quotes that we go through. But the thing is, I want these kids to go home and, hey, what you learned today. And these kids are getting better, but like these kids are going home and quoting Abe Lincoln and also saying I also threw a tight spiral. And they're going home and quoting me even. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, confidence, what do I say? Preparation breeds confidence. Confidence breeds success. Bang, Mike Farley. And so whether it's MLK or whatever it may be, we're just teaching the next generation of leadership, developing them and doing it through using the quarterback position as a vehicle to do so. And they're taking that and being leaders of their teams, their communities, their schools. And legitimately, I tell them that too, because they have the whole school and the whole community on their back, and so therefore they should act appropriately.
Dude, I love it. Mike, I love it, dude. Seriously. You know, like one thing to take from leaders, always remember one thing. It's not leaders lead everywhere. It's not just one part of their life that they're leading. It's that's who they are. That's their life. They seem to find leadership roles in their community, in their organizations, whether it's the religion or whatever it is. Leaders continue to lead because that's what they're bred to do, you know? So having said that, Mike, I appreciate that, man. I thought that video was phenomenal. I got inspired by this, you know, 8th grader starting varsity. I was like, holy crap, man. That takes a leader to have someone believe into that level. So I love that. But to finish up the call, I want to have Jesus. He's out there crushing it. He's doing what he needs to do. And I think the young talent that we have right now in First Light needs to hear this. You know, this is his top 10 advice that he's going to give all the new up-and-comers coming in here. And even for us ourselves as a reminder, what it takes and what we need to do to actually win in this business. So Jesus, the floor is yours. Mike, thank you.
Yeah, good talk, Mike. I loved it. It was great. So a few things I want to cover is just some things that not only I do to prep myself and set my mind, but just what I think everybody should do and focus on. For example, you know, obstacles we all face. We all face obstacles. But people always look at obstacles as a negative type of thing. But little do you know, those obstacles can actually bring opportunities to us. Because if you could figure out how to overcome an obstacle that's bringing you down or that's in your way or whatever the case may be, and you find how to overcome it, you just gave yourself an opportunity. So don't look at obstacles as an issue or something that you can't overcome or something that you're going to pass, you know, on something that you're looking to do. Find a way to overcome it and beat it and take that opportunity that you're looking for. This next one is surrounding yourself by successful people. Is it Makesha? Is that how you pronounce it? Makesh. Sorry, Makesh. But you hit it when you said that when you're having those troubles and you were doubting yourself, you reached out and surrounded yourself by a good leader, by Diego and whatnot. And that's what we have to do. The only way you're going to be successful is by surrounding yourself with successful people. Your friends are going to be your future. If you have friends that are just lazy, bums, whatever the case is, failures, that's who you're going to become. That's your future. But if you take John, a Justin, you know, and Frampton, and Justin Crum, and Willie, and all the leaders, that's who you're going to become. That's what you're going to be like. That's your future. Now you're taking what you're learning and applying it and becoming something better. So I always find that I always stick by that rule. Surround yourself by successful people, because that's what you will become. That's your future. Your friends will be your future. And then, you know, another thing is anticipate for the future. You know, the thing about me, the future is, I look at it and it's scary, right? The future's scary for everybody in sales, because we don't know what that future is going to bring us in our industry. You know, where's solar going to be? So what I do is I live for today. You know, I do everything I can for today to see what the future brings. And then another thing is, you know, we're all going to be dead soon. We're all going to die, right? So another reason why we should strive now, work our asses off now, you know, and sleep when you're dead. You know what I mean? Bust your ass, kill it, go out and do your thing, and sleep when you're dead. Pack and stack as much money as you can today. But another thing is I'm gonna jump ahead of a few things. And now, you know, everybody wants to make the most money today so they can plan for their future and travel and whatnot, right? So what I'm planning on doing now, what I'm doing currently, is I'm finding ways to work, is also to make my money work for me, right? I want to have that passive money. And the reason being is because we all look to have $1 million in the bank or $500,000 in the bank. But the thing is, $1 million doesn't get you very far. So what I'm doing is, one, I'm focusing on the positives, right? Not the negatives. And whatever my positives may be, rather it's me waking up at 4:30, going to the gym, getting that out of the way, and starting my workday earlier. Rather, I'm finding the right partners to click with and connect with to help bring in that cash flow so I can have that passive cash flow. You know what I mean? Because I will, again, it all goes back. We're all going to be dead. Why not do what we can now, travel as much as we can across the world, and live that type of lifestyle that we all want to live? And then guess what? We live with how we want to live today, and we sleep when we're dead. You know what I mean?
Dude,
so
I love it.
and you know, the thing is, and learn from others. I read over 5 books probably within 3 days, and they're all audio. But you know what? I'm still getting that information. I'm still getting that information from those audio books as much if I was reading it. Take what you can where you can, learn from it, apply it, and focus on it, and do what you have to do. And fail forward. Willie's a big thing on this. Fail forward. If you're gonna fail forward. You know, take the risks that come with it. Look, the people that have the most in the world today, it didn't fall on their lap. It didn't. I mean, we've all are in this chat, and we all are in this place where we all take risks. Every day is a new risk for us. Every day is a new risk because we have to take a risk of getting out of that car and knocking doors. That's a risk. You know, we're taking a risk of getting killed, getting, you know, whatever it is. But without risk, there's nothing. You have to take a risk. Everybody that's successful today, everybody that's a millionaires, billionaires, whatever they are, they all took that risk to where they are today. And that's what we have to do. Is we have to take that risk. Scared money makes no money. All right?
Love it. I love it.
So,
I love it.
So what you guys got to do is just focus. Focus on all the positives. The best thing I can share of all this is focus on the positives and take risks. Because without risk, there's nothing. And if you don't focus on the positive, you're just going to be negative. You're always going to focus on the negative everything. You got to focus on everything that's going to make your day positive. For me, it's the gym and getting out of work early. The gym's already setting the tone for me to go out and work hard. That's setting the tone. That's setting my mindset set. So I know I'm going to go out there and I'm going to go out and dominate the damn world like I just dominated the weights.
Dude, I love it. Jesus, putting in some work in there. So, guys, there you go. Mukesh, dude, phenomenal training. Like unbelievable training. You know, Jesus, we get to hear from you again. next week as the MVP, guys. Someone. I think Scott's gonna bump you off. I'm not sure what's gonna happen there, but we'll see. He's coming in on fire himself. Mike, appreciate you. The input on leadership as well. And then of course Jason. Brian, and Brandon. We lost Brandon here, but guys, we have a special thing going here. Don't waste your opportunities. Don't waste time sitting in a car thinking why you should. Go do it. Just go do it. Don't think about it anymore. Just go achieve something special, not just for you, but your family, man. And I know you'll have a great weekend. I know you'll have a great week coming up, and I'm excited to see who wins next round. So guys, go kill it. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Let's go dominate, okay? See you guys.
Later.